What is up, everybody? Happy Friday. We did it. We made it through the week. And I hope you're still holding and not folding to the stronger hands out there trying to get you to sell your Bitcoin with these lower prices right now. So I hope nobody's panic selling or freaking out right now. This is just all noise. Like, big things are happening within the next couple of months. As I'm trying to scroll through news articles, Twitter posts right there, at least we're seeing at least two people, Tom Lee Jones and Tim Draper, saying within the next 120 days, Bitcoin and crypto are really going to just boom. So what do they know? I don't know, but hey, I'm listening to it, knowing what's going on the back end, hearing who's doing what, who's adopting this or using what. And then we even get Michael Saylor today. He's going to be having an interview this, when is it coming out? September 30th at 11 a.m. He's going to be talking about the Bitcoin Treasury endgame. So let's play a little quick teaser trailer to the video coming soon. So here we go. Let's share this with y'all.
Bitcoin is evolving faster than a society can digest it. Science advances one funeral at a time. The old guard, they will never ever accept a new idea. And the only way you get people to accept a new idea is you wait for a new generation of decision makers. Your choice is to be smart, fast, and strong, and rich, or you could be stupid, and slow, and weak, and poor.
So, that looks like it's going to be a pretty good interview coming this September. So definitely looking forward to that. I would recommend you watch it when it does come out. And even right now, if you're panicking, just stick with the fundamentals of Bitcoin. There's only going to be 21 million. It's a decentralized blockchain. It's transparent. It's these are the fundamentals for why Bitcoin is strong and is being adopted everywhere. So just stay focused on that. Maybe zoom out on the charts a little bit, because if you look at the charts right now, the day chart doesn't look too good. Bitcoin's at 109. We had a $2,000 dip yesterday. If you just zoom out, it's okay, the week's still not looking too good. But then when you go to the month, it's okay, we're back to where we were a month ago. And then if you look at a year ago, boom, we were still at least pretty much at 50%, where we were, minus $10,000. So really 40%. So just zoom on out, and even look at the charts too. It's when I see the full on chart for where Bitcoin is, it's I expect it. We're going to be experiencing this kind of dip we saw last cycle back in 2021. Or are we just going to have a nice little correction, then another big pump? So again, with these guys like Tim Draper and Tom Lee Jones talking about this, and just still the rest of the world adopting it, I have no fear at all with Bitcoin. If anything, I want to buy more of it, because again, it's cheaper. Lower your dollar cost average price in. But let's find out why the markets still are going down. What is actually causing this to happen? Well, will the markets dump even more today with a huge $22 billion crypto options expiry about to happen? So Friday has rolled around again, and another batch of crypto options is expiring, but this end of quarter event could rattle the markets. So around 146,000 Bitcoin options contracts will expire on Friday, September 26th, and they have a notional value of roughly $17 billion. Now, this expiry event is a big one because it is the end of the month and the end of the third quarter. So there could be some volatility on spot markets, now which have tanked this week, but more uncertainty from the U.S. Federal Reserve has rattled markets as high-risk assets and become less appealing, deepening the September correction. Now, Bitcoin options expiry. So this week's batch of Bitcoin options contracts has put/call ratio of 0.76, meaning that there are more long contracts expiring than there are shorts. Now, as the asset continues to retreat, max pain is around 110,000. So are we just going to be hovering this 109, or are we going to dip to 105? Well, open interest OI, or the value or number of Bitcoin option contracts yet to expire, is highest at $140,000, which has reached 2.7 billion at the strike price on Dearbit. Now, there's also around 2.2 billion open interest contracts out there at 120,000, but 95,000 is popular strike price for short sellers with a 1.9 billion in OI. Now, total Bitcoin options on the OI across all exchanges is around $60 billion, which is close to record highs. Additionally, total Bitcoin futures OI currently stands at 80 billion, which is still close to peak levels, according to CoinGlass. Now, here is the Dearbit tweet on X. Options expiry alert at 8 a.m. or 8 UTC time tomorrow. Over 22.3 billion in crypto options will expire on Dearbit. Now, one of the biggest quarter-end expiries. So the notional of 17.06 at this call, and Ethereum's at 5.2 billion with a put/call at 8. Now, following the market slump earlier this week, an implied volatility for major terms showed little change, but skew significant shifted toward puts. Now, with put premiums substantially exceeding call premiums, said derivatives provider Greeks Live, this indicates a sharp increase in the options market expectation of downside risk. Now, in addition to today's bumper batch of Bitcoin options, there are around 1.3 million Ethereum contracts that are also expiring with a notional value of 5.3 billion, with max paying at $3,800 and a put/call ratio of 0.08. So the total Ethereum options of open interest across all exchanges is around 18 billion per CoinGlass's data. Now, this brings Friday's combined crypto options expiry notional value to around 22.4 billion. Now, the crypto market's correction deepens. So crypto markets have continued their downward slide all week, with total capitalization falling to a 4-week low of $3.84 trillion by Friday morning. Now, Bitcoin fell below 109,000 in the late trading on Thursday, now losing support at the 112,000 zone. Now, the asset is now down 12% from its peak and poised to further losses as the September correction appears to be deepening. Now, Ethereum is even weaker, slumping to $3,830 before recovering back to $3,950 on Friday morning in Asia. So Ethereum is now 20% down from its all-time high. And the altcoin area sea of red is still larger losses for XRP, BNB, Solana, Avalanche, and Sui. So this is what's probably contributing to the price downward turn, just the expired options and everything. And again, there's more long than short. Let's always go to our favorite AI, ChatGPT, or we can always use Grok too. I usually prefer ChatGPT for some questions out there. So again, let's take a look at what our Bitcoin long options compared to short. So let's see what ChatGPT has to say for us. It's been moving kind of slowly lately. So is it going to work? Is it? Might have to move to Grok because they're going slow. So again, choose your AI wisely for what you want to do. Because so far the internet, has anybody else been having issues with ChatGPT 5? I don't know. I'm feeling to find that, but again, though, if you're wondering what was going on, here we go. So Bitcoin short options definition. A short option means you sell an option contract. Goal is you collect premium by betting that Bitcoin doesn't move too much against your types. So short call sell, you sell someone the right to buy Bitcoin from you at a set price. You lose if Bitcoin goes up a lot. Now, short put, you sell someone the right to sell Bitcoin to you at a set price. And if you lose, Bitcoin goes down a lot. So let's see, risk reward, maximum gain. Long, the difference is limited risk, big potential. So I think long would be, let's see, if short sellers, you're telling someone to buy Bitcoin from you at a set price, you lose if it goes up a lot, you win if it goes down. But you put someone right and sell Bitcoin at the set price, you lose if Bitcoin goes down. So there's a short call, you lose situation if Bitcoin goes up or down. But I guess a lot of these long ones, since you buy the right, not the obligation to buy Bitcoin at a set price later, you win if Bitcoin goes up, you buy right. So I guess they're calling for it to go down. Since Bitcoin's going down, there's a lot of long options expiring. So I guess they do kind of want it to go down. But that's basically what's going on right now with just some of the contributions for why Bitcoin's down. But again, just hold it right now. There's still so many people, so many companies and institutions adopting it. We got some ETF news, treasuries, and even the gas company out there, the oil, the big giants out there, they're using excess energy to mine crypto. We heard Shell was doing that back in 2021 or 2022. I forgot when I covered that article. So they're using flare technology to do it, because instead of just burning this excess oil into the air, they're actually using that oil to put into a machine to run a Bitcoin miner and then actually mine Bitcoin. But the latest company to do that is Union Jack's Oil, and they're using gas to Bitcoin to shift boost in the US crypto mining sector. So the block reward mining industry is witnessing a quiet revolution with innovative energy solutions reshaping how digital assets are produced. Now, a lesser known but significant development emerged on August 7th when the United Kingdom-based Union Jack Oil announcing a pioneering oil to crypto project at its West Newton gas field in East Yorkshire. Now, by partnering with Texas-based 360 Energy, the company plans to convert stranded natural gas into electricity to power Bitcoin mining operations, marking one of the first such ventures in the UK. While the initiative is rooted in the UK, its implications for the United States are profound. As the US is uniquely positioned to scale this model, leveraging its vast energy resources and favorable regulatory climate to drive cryptocurrency mining growth. Union Jack Oil plans to use leftover natural gas to power data centers for Bitcoin mining. Now, this gas is usually burned off or not used due to the rules or problems while getting it to market. Now, West Newton's site is thought to have 200 billion cubic feet of gas that can be recovered. Now, the full project has been delayed because of the UK rules. And Union Jack, which owns 16.665% of the PEDL 183 license, is working with 360 Energy and Rothland Energy to use in-field computing tech to deal with these issues. Now, this tech turns gas into electricity right where it is. So Bitcoin mining machines can be powered without needing regular power lines. And this is good in two ways. It makes money early on before the whole field is up and running. And two, it reduces waste by using gas that would have been burned off anyways. So this plan can show how the US and how to use its own resources for block reward mining. States such as Texas and North Dakota have an abundance of unused gas from shell operations and already have similar projects. We got Crusoe Energy, for example, is a company that uses gas that would be burnt off to power mining, which cuts emissions and generates digital assets. Now, the UK project by Union Jack could be an impetus for additional projects in the US. Texas, for example, accounts for over 30% of natural gas in the US, but a lot of it is never used because there are simply not enough pipelines. Now, America's energy companies could use IFC tech to turn this unused gas into money, making Bitcoin mining operations and take advantage of the US's growing role in the global hash rate. Now, the US is a good place to test this plan because it has sufficient or significant energy and guidelines supporting crypto. So other than the UK, where tough environment rules complicate things, states like Texas have open energy markets and can use renewable energy, such as wind and solar, to help with gas-powered mining. Now, the U.S. Strategic Crypto Reserve, which was announced on August 1st, 2025, shows that the government supports digital assets and wants companies to invest in mining. This clear support differs from China, which banned cryptocurrency activity on August 2nd, and this started a shift in global hash power to migrate to North America. The US now has almost 40% of the global Bitcoin hash rate, and that number is expected to be over 50% by 2027. Now, the gas to crypto plan could change the economies of energy regions in the US. For example, in North Dakota, back in shale, billions of cubic feet of gas are burned off yearly. Now, if that gas were used for Bitcoin mining, it could generate millions of dollars. It could create jobs and help the local economy. Now, Union Jack's work with 360 Energy, a Texas company that has set up 14 IFC units in the US, demonstrates that this plan can be scaled and the company's data center can be easily assembled and could run on Starlink or a 4G LTE. Now, this makes them good for remote oil fields in the US where it's hard to get electricity. Now, this plan also deals with environmental problems that plague block reward mining. So by using unused gas, companies can lower the methane emissions, which are much worse than carbon dioxide over a 20-year period. So in the US, where people are paying more attention to the environment, this plan fits with the goal for being sustainable and could get support from regulators and investors. Now, Union Jack is also thinking about keeping some of the Bitcoin they mine to protect themselves from market changes. This is something US companies such as Marathon Digital are already doing. Now, of course, there are still issues to address, obtaining regulatory approval and the high cost of the IFC equipment. They're just among the challenges they have to deal with. Now, in the US, some states such as Texas are more favorable to crypto, but others have stricter energy regulations, which could slow down the process. Now, the market fluctuations are also a risk, as Bitcoin price can fluctuate significantly. Even so, the US has a lot of energy, supportive plans, and new tech, which makes it a great place to lead this gas to crypto change. Now, if Union Jack's project in the UK works out, it could lead to many similar projects in the US, making the country the center of sustainable block reward mining. As energy and digital finance unite, the US can change the industry and turn unused resources into digital currency. So yeah, so like Bitcoin mining and everything, like if you were a person who was complaining about, oh, it takes too much energy, it's bad for the environment, this solves that issue so much. And the whole point of Bitcoin mining is to search for the cheapest possible way to mine a Bitcoin. And whether that be reusable energy, nuclear energy, because of solar-powered wind, water, oil, it's considered renewable energy too. It doesn't matter. Miners should be looking for the cheapest awesome to produce more Bitcoin and also support the network. So this just makes sense for it all. But yes, that's what Union Jack is doing. Just another company going to be mining Bitcoin. And then again, they said they're going to be keeping some for themselves for against market conditions if something goes on. But again, they know they need to hold on to it. So that's part of the real reason why they're doing it. Sure, yeah, it saves on EO2 emissions out there because of the thunder going in the air. But also everybody realizes they need Bitcoin. So that's why I'm thinking they said, yeah, we're going to keep some for ourselves. We're going to say it's for this stuff, but they just need it. So that's what's happening over at the UK and Union Jack. But what other bullish news? Let's not stay panicked mode for the price going down. But it looks like Vanguard takes a bold leap into the cryptocurrency market. So let's find out how. So Vanguard, a well-recognized as one of the largest ETF managers globally and a notable competitor to BlackRock, is adjusting its stance toward cryptocurrencies. Previously known for its cautious approach, Vanguard's potential shift in strategy could prove to be a tremendous boost for the cryptocurrency sector. As the asset manager with trillions in holdings moves towards embracing digital currencies, the reverberations are expected to be significant. Now, Vanguard's cryptocurrency move, the US-based asset management firm Vanguard, managing assets exceeding $10.1 trillion, refrained from initially participating in the cryptocurrency exchange-traded fund space. Now, previously, the firm had categorically denied offering such volatile assets to their clients. In contrast, though, BlackRock, another powerhouse, is in the financial sector, managing over $10 trillion. Now, this made substantial inroads by accumulating nearly $90 billion in Bitcoin ETFs, and the strategic advantage allowed them to capture significant profits in the booming market. Now, reports indicate that Vanguard is currently exploring opportunities to provide crypto ETF access to its American clientele. The potential influx of capital could be in the tens of billions of dollars, making a pivotal development for the cryptocurrency market. As the top company in the ETF domain, Vanguard commands a large base of investors and offering them cryptocurrency exposure and can shake up the existing financial landscape hugely. Now, here is a chart showcasing, what is it even showing? I see some stocks here, the VOO, that's at the 7 point, it's just showing volumes of the different ETFs out there. Now, changing landscapes and market implications. So, historical adversaries of cryptocurrencies like Michael Saylor, previously known for his skepticism, is now leading MicroStrategy as the largest Bitcoin reserve company. Similarly, former critics such as Trump have aimed to make the USA a hub for cryptocurrency activity. Institutions like JP Morgan Chase have pivoted from cautious stance to forming continuous partnerships with crypto enterprises. This trend of embracing cryptocurrency signifies a broader market change, with Vanguard following suit. And again, these aren't just tiny players, guys. Each one of these names right there, JP Morgan Chase had pivoted. Like, we know Michael Saylor's been in it a lot, but at a time he was skeptical about it too. These are historical changes happening. So again, you should not be panic selling thinking Bitcoin's done, it's over, because that is not happening. It's going to be here for the long haul. It's not changing. Nothing's stopping this train. So just do not panic right now. But for Vanguard, the narrative appears to be shifting away from opposition towards embracement. As it decides to engage more with digital currencies, the global financial ecosystem is likely to feel the impact. This development may facilitate increased legitimacy and acceptance of cryptocurrencies, aiding in the mainstream adoption. Now, Vanguard's strategic move could incentivize other firms to reconsider their positions and potentially accelerating growth and innovation. And in the crypto sector, the path from adversary to adopter underscores the transformative potential cryptocurrencies hold for the traditional financial markets. So Vanguard is changing their mind. That is very bullish news. So again, like, just because price go down, there is so much good news happening in this space. Now, that was some ETF news. I want to draw our attention to another ETF, not Bitcoin. That was previously all my Bitcoin news, other than some kidnappings that happened I'll cover after the commercial. But it looks like the Litecoin creator, Charlie Lee, is expecting LTC ETFs very soon. So amid the SEC's actions and recent filings, this could happen. It could be a very bullish sign, because, like, where is LTC right now? Hold on, I want to take a look at that pricing. Let me get out Bitcoin. Let me go back to LTC. I wish you were back in the top 10, but there you are. So we were at $103 for LTC right now. So this could give us a nice volume going into it. So let's hear what Charlie Lee knows. So Charlie Lee predicts imminent Litecoin ETFs, citing the SEC's generic standards amid pending filings for Canary, Grayscale, and others for spot LTC exposure. Now, Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, stated in a recent interview that he anticipates the launch of Litecoin exchange-traded funds. Very soon, this ideology is based on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's approval or a generic listing standard for cryptocurrency ETFs and Litecoin inclusions among 10 assets that meet the criteria. Now, the expectations come as multiple issuers have submitted filings for spot LTC ETFs, with decisions pending in the coming weeks, potentially marking a step forward for Litecoin's integration into traditional financial markets. Now, Charlie Lee's statement on Litecoin ETFs in an interview aired on FinTech TV Market Makeover Programs on September 23rd, Charlie Lee discussed Litecoin's prospect in the context of evolving regulatory framework. The 42-second video clip on X, shared by Real Crypto Wolf, captures Lee's expressing confidence in the imminent launch of these ETFs. Now, he cited the SEC's recent approval for generic crypto ETF listings as a key factor, noting that Litecoin meets the criteria for expedited approval. Lee, who serves as a seed capital investor in one of the proposed ETFs, has previously indicated that approval may happen very soon, drawing parallels to the successful launch of the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF earlier in the year. He said exactly, "I expect to see Litecoin ETFs launching very soon, actually, which will give people a good way to have passive exposure of Litecoin," Lee stated. Now, Lee's statement highlights his ongoing advocacy for Litecoin's role in decentralized finance, emphasizing its proof-of-work consensus mechanism, which is similar to Bitcoin. Litecoin, often described as the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold, features a fixed supply cap and focuses on faster transaction times, which are key strengths for ETF eligibility. And yeah, Litecoin is like the little brother to Bitcoin. I hold Litecoin. I believe in it. I just think it will pump like maybe the next cycle. That's what we thought, but I don't know where the space is really going to go. If we get these ETFs, that could be a game changer for this coin. So again, but I still believe in Litecoin, because again, when I see it as Bitcoin's little brother, it was just a fork of Bitcoin's blockchain, and it was literally made to be 1/4 to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has a 21 million hard cap of tokens out there. Litecoin's got 84 million, so 4 times 21, 84 million. Bitcoin's block time is 10 minutes long. 1/4 of 10 minutes is 2.5 minutes. Let me get my fingers down there. There we go. That's a half finger. So 2.5. And then what else is it? So that's the block time, the amount, and what else does Bitcoin do? They're both decentralized, so there's a lot of similarities, but it's literally the exact same thing, just 1/4 of it. So bullish news for Litecoin, and I love hearing this news, because again, I'm a holder of it. I'm not telling you to buy some Litecoin, just I believe and see, and I just believe that Litecoin will have its moment when the time is right. Right now, we're still focused on Bitcoin. So keep stacking those sats and do not sell them. Now let's take a quick commercial break. Let me say hello to the chat. What's up, Joe from California? I love being here. And yes, Baxter is down here too. Baxter, get up here so we can say hi to everybody. Everyone always goes, "Where's Baxter? Where's Baxter?" Well, here's Baxter. So, yes, Joe, thank you for being here. And you're so right. We need to be strong, hold the fort, and we are pit bulls, not poodles. You are, though, Baxter. And then we have Z-Pods. You are the man. Z-Pods, man, how you guys doing? It's been so long. I miss you guys. Guys, if you don't know what Z-Pods is, check them out. Amazing beds for children designed with autism. Like, it gives them their space of comfort and safety. So if you're struggling with that, take a look into Z-Pods. So yeah, let's just take a quick commercial break, guys, and then we'll be back with some more downer news. Because again, the next one was a streamer with cancer was rugged on Pumped Off Fun. Texas siblings do a family kidnapping, and then Aster, the tokens has been popping a lot, had to do a reimbursement for a little glitch that happened. So we'll be back with those last 3 articles after this commercial.
For years, banks promised innovation, but they gave us fees and friction and fine prints. Today, all that changes. Introducing Private Key Bank from Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club, the world's first Bitcoin native credit union. Rebuilt from the ground up in the heart of El Salvador, a place where your Bitcoin isn't just stored, it grows. Earn 4% interest paid in Bitcoin. Compounded, secured, and accessible. No middlemen, no hidden games. Just your money working for you. Send funds across borders instantly, without SWIFT codes, without currency conversions. Pay anyone, anywhere, with a tap of a finger. This isn't banking as usual. This is freedom, beautifully engineered. The future of finance is finally here.
Yes, and we're back, and the name is Private Key Capital. I know the commercials, he said Private Key Bank. Name changed along the way, and that was just a quick fix to the commercial ad, because we need to get those guys to make some more ad commercials. We need Ben, we need Jay, or I just need to create some new ones for the club. So, but yeah, Private Key Capital. If you want more information about that, go to bitcoinben.io or text us or call us at 941-413-8080. The number will be scrolling here the entire video, so give us a call. Now let's get back to the news, the downside of the news. We're going to start off with the streamer fighting cancer lost $32,000, but crypto gave back hope. So let's hear about his story right here. And we can learn how he got scammed so we do not fall for it. So a pumped off fun story has shaken the crypto community. Streamer Rivo Plavnieks, known as Rostaland.tv, was hacked live while raising funds for his cancer treatment. And what followed showed both the risks and solidarity in crypto. So on September 19th, streamer Rostaland.tv launched his token Cancer on Pumped Off Fun. 2 days later, during a live stream, one of the viewers suggested downloading a Steam game through a sharp link. It turned out to be malware, and the program stole his private keys and emptied his wallet, all live on stream. So I'm wondering if that was like just a phishing link that took him to a fake download site to get it, or if he actually purchased the game, which is on the Steam network, and that had the code with it. So if that's the case, then we really got to be careful on the video games we download on there. I've tried a couple, haven't had any hacks or scams. So that's something that we do need to do a little bit more research on, even myself. But I'm still curious if it was just a link, like maybe to GitHub and he downloaded it, which had the malicious code in it. But yeah, so let's continue on to hear a little bit more. But help me beat cancer. The streamer's real name is Rivo Plavnieks. He was born in Latvia and earlier this year was diagnosed with stage 4 sarcoma, a rare and aggressive cancer, and treatment costs have put a heavy burden on his family. Now, to raise funds, Rivo launched his token and began streaming games under the nickname Rostaland. So even before the cancer token, Rivo was active on X, formerly Twitter, documenting his treatment journey. He also raised money via GoFundMe, including crypto donations. And on August 6th, he launched another token called Survive 4. But cancer was the one that gained him wider attention. Now here is his post on X. I just secured Survive 4 on Bags app. Tap below to buy with my link. Now this came as Pumped Off Fun started developing a new trend around streamers and streamer tokens, which has been gaining traction across the platform. The project recently introduced creator fees, which Rivo hoped would help cover his medical expenses. And in solidarity with a streamer, scams, hacks, and thefts have long been synonymous with crypto, and the community often debates its responsibility in tackling them. When Rivo's wallet was drained alive, it looked like yet another example of exploitation, but this case took a different turn. Just days later, investigators tracked down the attacker who was arrested in Miami. Oh, so just across the pond over there. But breaking, Valentin Lopez has officially been arrested by Miami PD on charges of wire fraud and computer fraud. This arrest suspect to be related to the recent cancer theft of $30,000 USD. CT is more powerful than ever right now. Now, the crypto community also responded quickly. The cancer token gained popularity as a symbol of solidarity, and many users send funds simply just to support the streamer. Rivo had lost around $32,000, but thanks to donations, he recovered the funds and more. Pumped Off Fun co-founder Elon intervened personally, ensuring that the creator's rewards were redirected to a secure wallet. And here is Rossland just talking about it. For anybody wondering what is going on with Cancer's live stream, my life was saved for a whole 24 hours until someone turned in my stream and got me to download a verified game on Steam. After this, I was drained for over 32,000 US dollars of my creators' fees earned by Pumped Off Fun. Now, the high-profile figures also joined in. Solana co-founder Anatoly Yakovenko reportedly bought $140,000 worth of Cancer. Now, here is Yakovenko bought this amount. I can check this by Deep Agents analysis through Selena Deep, their special agent for market behavior and holder analysis. So when Tully is around, I'm adding more. So you're able to check the data online. Some people's wallets are just right there, so we can see who's coming in. And yeah, so Solana's creator supported in. But meanwhile, a well-known crypto trader with 1.3 million followers on X donated $32,500 to fully cover the funds. So here's another update on the Whale-bot. The most shocking crypto scam has transformed me into an inspiring comeback story thanks to a $30,000 donation from ZSS Becker. Now, Valentin Lopez took a stage 4 cancer patient's token during a live stream, and the online community reacted by tracking him down. Now, a new scheme to steal your crypto. So the case highlights both the dark and bright sides of crypto. On one hand, we got malware disguised as a Steam game called Block Blasters and was used to steal private keys from browser-based wallets. So like MetaMask, Phantom, I know BNB's got one, XS got one as well, but like Web3 wallets on your browser. And then on September 20th, another X user reported losing $15,000 to the same scheme, noting that stolen funds were routing through an OKX-linked wallet. So if you see a game on Steam called Block Blasters, just try to avoid it. Because again, I'm still unsure if this is an actual game on the platform that you can buy and download, or if it's a special link linking you to a fake Steam deck that makes it look like it. You log in and boom. But urgent news from Jeff Coyne and Steam, warning that this is a malicious software hosted by Steam. The title below just drained me for $15,000 and God knows what other information from my computer. So please take action, Daddy Gabe. Below I've provided the hacker's address and show more. So yeah, we see where it's going. This is the game. So I would, oh, it looks like it is on there. So if you, do not download this game at all if you're a video game player. Now, investigations revealed an Argentinian named Valentin Lopez, who lived in Miami, as a suspect. Reports suggested it was not a solo operation, but a group effort. Research by crypto investigators Star Platinum also uncovered that Lopez was tied to the Blockbuster scheme, and it was not the first time a game of its kind uploaded to Steam. Now, other similar titles have been published with the same goal of stealing users' assets. So here's Star Platinum. Behind the Blockbusters was an Argentine influencer living in the US, and he used multiple aliases, servers, and fake accounts to cover his tracks. So Blockbusters wasn't the first attack. This group had used other Steam games before: Pirate Fi, Chimia, Sniper, Phantom Resolution, and other games out there. So I guess this is more games than just that Blockbuster. So be careful what games you download. So free games on Steam. So the playbook was always the same: a free game on Steam, hidden scripts, direct targeting of crypto holders. And they're targeting them by just putting those names in there. Like, what were those names again? Pirate Fi, so the financial side, and the wars that we see in DeFi and CeFi. Sniper, Chimia, I don't know what those ones are, but they are they're targeting crypto users out there. But the incident also raises questions about Steam's security. Since the game managed to pass approval and could have been downloaded by many others, the cancer case shows how easily individuals can still fall victim to scams and hacks in crypto. At the same time, it demonstrates the power of solidarity. The community not only restored rival stolen funds, but also helped identify those behind the attack. Now, Pumped Off Fund became the platform at the center of the story, but it's a place where strategy turned into proof that even the most hostile corners of the market, support and unity are still possible. So, and all in all, though, guys, be careful for what you're downloading, especially the video game players out there. Like, it's just like the simple rules for your safety with crypto. You want to have multiple wallets out there. You want one wallet as your vault. It's just where you're holding your crypto. You do nothing with that other than you put it away. You only need to pull it out if you need to pull money from it, because you can still send money to it without ever opening it up again. So that's a wallet you're just never going to touch. You may have a wallet on your phone for just everyday transactions, moving stuff around, paying the bills or whatnot. And then now, I guess you may want to, you just may not want to have a crypto on a computer like you're playing games with, browsing online, doing all that stuff out there. Like if you plan on trading and doing all that type of stuff, have another wallet, not just this one, like my everyday wallet. Have a separate one, computer or phone, just strictly to the trading side of it all. But that way, again, you're just not using a device that has crypto on it, and then you're using it for everything. Shopping, browsing, no. So just be aware of all that. But again, so this is a warning for Steam video game users out there. If you have crypto, be careful on the video games you download, because again, some are slipping through the cracks of Steam's platform. Now let's talk about our next article on Aster compensates traders for the XLP or XPL perp incident in USDT. So what took place the other day? But I think Aster's still doing quite well. But Aster, the decentralized perpetual future exchange built on, what are you doing, Baxter? Why are you leaving? Why do you want to leave me? But Aster, the decentralized perpetual futures exchange built on BNB, has completed compensation for users' impact by abnormal price action in its XLP or XPL perpetual trading pair. Now, the incident reportedly unfolded on Thursday, which prompted a response from the platform assuring customers that are all affected and traders who would be reimbursed. Now, in a post on X earlier on Friday, Aster's team said that the compensation had been distributed in full, and users who suffered losses during the disruption received their reimbursement directly in USDT credited to their exchange accounts. Now, we appreciate your patience and understanding throughout this process, Aster wrote, and for any further questions, please submit a ticket via our Discord channel. Now, misconfigured index hiked XRP trade prices and caused liquidations. Earlier in the week, several community reports and blockchain analysis had identified a technical misstep that caused the price movement in XPL perpetual trades. According to an on-chain researcher going by the pseudonym GutFix on X, the index price for XPL pair had been hard-coded at $1, while the mark price was capped at around $1.22. Now, when the cap was lifted without adjusting the index, the trading price on Aster spiked to nearly $4. Other exchange tradings of XPL continue to show stable values to 1.3, almost 3 times less than the value seen on the perpetual decentralized exchange. Now, the sudden jump triggered a wick that temporarily froze Aster trading chart before prices returned to more realistic levels. Several traders, however, were liquidated during the chaos, with numbers reportedly clocking about $32 million in long bets. Now, at the time of the disruption, Aster sent a notice on X that it had identified the irregular activity in the trading pair. We are aware of the abnormal price movement on the XPL perpetuals trading pair, but rest assured, all user funds are safeu, don't even say safe, and we are conducted a full review and will compensate any affected user for the losses. Bravo to you guys for doing that, at least, and there is that Fosi did. But at around 10:40 p.m. UTC time on Thursday, Aster announced that the problem had been solved and all losses from liquidations were to be calculated before the reimbursement commenced. Now, about 4 hours later, the DEX team said that most of the users had been compensated, and a second update from the team early on Friday morning confirmed that the compensation went beyond just losses from liquidation. So, updated on the XPL perp incident, another round of compensation including trading fees and liquidation fees have been fully distributed as well, and confirming users recovered the full amount lost during the disruption. Now, Aster's volume still continues to grow amid this technical setback. So even the XPL perpetual trade incident that troubled Aster, the exchange generated $16.3 million in daily trading fees. Over the last 24 hours, according to Dune Analytics dashboard, the fee was more than triple Hyperliquid's 4.9. And here is that chart showcasing it. Now, the exchange now has more than 2.57 million registered traders and nearly 468,000 new accounts. They were created in the last 24 hours alone. Now, in terms of trading volume, Aster has more than tripled Hyperliquid in the last 24 hours and recording 35.87 billion, while the latter garnered 10.09 billion. The Binance co-founder Changpeng Zhao backed the DEX and has been driving a force in perpetual trading volumes across decentralized exchanges for the whole of the week. Now, DeFi Llama data shows that the platform reached an all-time high of about $70 billion in trading volume on Thursday. Now, open interest on Aster's native token has surged as well. CoinGlass data indicates that outstanding contracts have reached 1.15 billion on Thursday, which is an uptick from the 143 million just 5 days earlier on September 20th. Now, the rival token Hype has also been on a more muted run in its price performance. Open interest of the Hype token has declined 1.85% in the last 24 hours. So it looks like Aster is still beating Hyperliquid, even despite this little hiccup going on. So, no, I still don't own any Aster at all. And as the article said, though, if you experience anything with this, report a ticket on their Discord channel. Now, don't just go clicking on, going on Google, typing in Discord and signing up to find them. Use the tools we have to help aid in your research. Use CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko for official links, because some links on Google may be spam. So when you're on CoinMarketCap, just scroll down until you find the token you want, Aster. And on the left-hand side here, you can find different sites linked to it. So Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Click on Discord, and it should take you straight over to their official Discord channel. So here we go. We're loading it up. I need a hardwire connection again in this room. So this should take me to it once it loads on up. That's a big white screen. Let me take that off for the time being. But as that loads up, that's how you get the official link. So if you had any issues with that XPL incident, a little hiccup that took place, this is how you would get to the official Discord channel to support a ticket. And that's still loading, so I don't want to waste all your time, so I'll let that load as I go through my next article. So let's continue on with our final article of the evening, because that does not want to load up. But our last article is Texas siblings charged in a violent $8 million crypto theft after a 9-hour family kidnapping. So what a world we're living in. But just stay safe out there, be packed and loaded. Carry a pepper spray on you if you need to. Just do whatever you can. Keep yourself safe if you're in the crypto space. And also, just don't tell anybody you have crypto. That's another way you can stay safe. But Texas siblings have been charged in a violent $8 million crypto theft after a 9-hour family kidnapping using AR-15 and shotgun. So 2 Texas brothers face federal kidnapping charges after holding a Minnesota family at gunpoint for 9 hours while stealing $8 million in crypto, forcing local schools to cancel their homecoming football game. According to the DOJ, Raymond Christian Garcia, which is 23, and Isaiah Angelo Garcia, 24, used an AR-15 and a shotgun to terrorize victims in their Grant, Minnesota home on September 19th. So a well-executed crypto heist. The violent heist began at 7:45 a.m. when the 2 brothers ambushed the primary victim while taking garbage to the street. They zip-tied the man's hands, forced him inside, and awakened his wife and adult son at gunpoint before binding them as well. Now, Isaiah Garcia forced the father to log into crypto accounts, while Raymond held the family hostage for the entire 9-hour ordeal. Now, the brothers frequently called an unknown third party who provided information about the victim's crypto holdings and transfer procedures. When the accomplice revealed additional funds stored at a family cabin 3 hours away, Isaiah drove the victim there, while Raymond continued guarding the wife and son. The victim was forced to transfer all remaining crypto before returning home. Now, the U.S. Attorney of Minnesota even mentioned it about the brothers charged in this kidnapping. But the 9-hour terror campaign nets record crypto theft. So the Garcia brothers executed their plan with military-style precision, using zip ties and assault weapons to maintain control over their victims throughout the extended ordeal. Now, Raymond Garcia remained armed with the AR-15 during the entire 9 hours, only briefly leaving to hide the weapon before police arrival. Now, Washington's county sheriff deputies responded after the son called 911 during a brief moment when Raymond left the house. Officers found the wife and son zip-tied inside while spotting Raymond fleeing through the back door towards nearby tree lines. Authorities discovered a suitcase containing this disassembled AR-15, ammunition, clothing, and beverages hidden in the woods behind the home. Now, a Wendy's receipt in the suitcase helped investigators trace Isaiah's rental of a white Chevrolet 3 days before the kidnapping near Houston. Video surveillance captured Raymond renting a Motel 6 room in Roswell, Minnesota, shortly before the attack, and the white Malibu returned to the motel after law enforcement responded, then appeared on the Oklahoma cameras the next day before reaching the brothers' home in Waller, Texas. Now, this elaborate crime forced Motundi Public Schools to cancel their homecoming football game due to the ongoing law enforcement activity near the campus. And multiple police units have unknowingly passed Isaiah and the victim returning from the cabin with the pair pulling over to allow emergency vehicles to pass. Now, the global crypto violence epidemic reaches record levels right now. The Texas case joins an alarming surge in crypto-related kidnapping worldwide, with blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis reporting 35 wrench attacks globally in July 2025, surpassing nearly all previous years. Now, the spike correlates directly with Bitcoin's rise to over 122,000 in early July. Now, here's a chart of related crypto attacks and BTC's price from 2014 to 2025. Now, Bitcoin's prices, as Bitcoin price goes up, these activities keep happening too. So it's why we need to don't tell anybody that you're involved with crypto or have any. Apparently, this gentleman, he told somebody how he's doing all his crypto activities, and they reported it to the Garcia brothers. So they knew that he had crypto. They knew he had more in his cabin. So he disclosed that information. Guys, this is your own information alone. Nobody needs to know that you have Bitcoin or crypto. If you had gold and precious metals, would you be telling the world you have it? No, you want to keep it as private as possible. So again, this is your information alone. This is how you stay safe. Just don't share with the entire world out there. It's awesome you're in it. I'm glad you're a part of this awesome ecosystem, but we got to stay protected in here as well. Now, other crypto kidnappings around the world. France leads the global crisis with 10 crypto kidnappings since January, including the brutal attack on Ledger co-founder David Balland, whose finger was severed by a ransom-seeking attacker. Criminal networks are increasingly using sophisticated tactics, disguising themselves as delivery workers by using stolen branded vans. And recent international incidents, including Belgian authorities, sentenced 3 men to 12 years for kidnapping crypto investor Stephen Winklewell's wife, while Australian billionaire Tim Heath narrowly escaped kidnapping in Estonia. So the U.S. cases span from Florida teenagers forcing a Las Vegas event host to transfer $4 million in the Arizona desert, to NYPD officers facing charges in a 17-day Manhattan torture case. India also recently sentenced 14 men to life imprisonment for kidnapping business Shailesh Bhatt and forcing him to sell 34 Bitcoin worth $150,000 back in 2018. So an Indian anti-corruption court has sentenced this man to life in prison for that. Now, the convictions included 11 serving and former police officers, as well as one former legislator. Now, due to this massive surge in crypto violence, security firm Infinite Risk International reports a rise in demand for 24/7 protection services from crypto executives, specifically citing fears of kidnapping. Now, the visible nature of on-chain wealth combined with poor custody practices, now what experts described as prime hunting from criminals. Looking forward, the Garcia brothers confessed after their September 22nd arrest in Texas, with both facing federal kidnapping charges carrying severe penalties yet to be determined. So guys, stay safe out there. As Bitcoin rises, we're seeing a little dip right now, but when it rises again, which it will, we got to be safe in the space, because these attacks are correlating with the Bitcoin price. And again, so just stay safe. Do not tell anybody you got crypto or Bitcoin. Just that's done and done. Don't do that. When it comes to video game players out there, all you gamers out there, just don't be downloading any crypto game off the net. You got to be doing your research. But I know some of these just slip through the cracks. You think they're safe, but we need to have this in the back of our mind, that is there a malicious code in what I'm downloading here. So let's just stay safe out there, and let's keep hodling our Bitcoin. Now, that's it for the news today. Just last little tidbits from Twitter. Looks like if you're interested in a Shark Tank type of show, episode 1 of Killer Whale season 2 is now live. There's 1.5 million prizes are on the line, and they face other whales in the global stage. So this was a show just bringing on businesses, crypto businesses, to a group of, which crypto people do they have in here? Big time players in the crypto space, been around for some time, voting or making decisions on it. So if you're interested in that show, just for a little distraction, check out episode 1. Also, Vitalik Buterin's looking pretty good. Him in his suit, I'm always seeing him in his sweatpants and a unicorn t-shirt. You're looking pretty hot right there right now, brother. So I like to. Now, if you don't know who this man is, he is the creator of Ethereum, and he's the one who gave us smart contracts, which definitely changed the crypto industry tremendously. So before that, there was very limited stuff we can do. Just send and receive, that's it. But with smart contracts, we started expanding even more with the DeFi space. So just wanted to showcase. This is a nice little sharp looking photo of him, and just maybe change your viewing of him, because when you hear Vitalik Buterin, you're picturing, who are you picturing? Let me see if I can find another Vitalik Buterin photo. Vitalik Buterin. Hold on, because when we see him, yeah, I picture this guy. Or let's see, what other images do we have? Images. Yeah, the unicorn shirt. So I'm picturing that. So a huge big side comparison when you see him on stage with that versus him in a suit. So maybe this is a nice change, making Ethereum to the next level. But that is it, though, for all the news, guys. I hope everyone has an awesome Friday. Tonight here in Sarasota, we have poker night, as always. So it's a fun night just to unwind end the week. If you're in Nashville, Tennessee, we're having Bitcoin and barbecue taking place at that club out there. Bitcoin Ben is out there, so go hang out with him, learn about Bitcoin. And other events going on with all the clubs. Let's see, Dallas location is having their poker night tomorrow night. So if you're just a poker player, like we got here in Sarasota on Friday nights, Dallas has one on Saturdays. And I think in Massachusetts, they just rescheduled the TP USA because of Charlie Cook and everything. So let me see when that official date has happened. So Bitcoin, I need to look for Massachusetts over here. And So yep, as promised from yesterday's post regarding the TP USA and Ask Pierre 55 being put on our calendar. So here's the flyer. So this is going to be happening on October, once we load up, 22nd, 7 to 9 p.m. So we're not going anywhere. Come join the largest and fastest growing youth conservative movement in the country. Hear from Upstate Field Representatives Anthony St. Pierre about our mission, vision, and focus on colleges in Massachusetts. We are the change, and we look forward to it. So we have tons of events always going on this week, or going on at the clubs. Every Thursday here, we have our crypto meetup, which was awesome yesterday. So thank you, everyone, for coming in, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. So much is happening, guys, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and I will see you again on Monday. So everyone take care. Peace. Love you guys.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges. It's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.